Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and a new format for my whenever I'm talking to you guys stuff, and that's pretty much all that I'm doing. I figured, having something, I saw this on another channel, I can't remember what channel it was, but they were doing sort of like a news desk kind of thing with an image in the side, and I was like, I'm gonna steal that. I think it's kind of cool. I obviously picked a background that I like, but yeah, I think this is kind of a cool way, especially like if I start talking about different things and I can sit down and prepare some images in advance, so that I can swap the images as we're talking about things, and that'll give you something to look at while you're listening to me drone on about whatever it is that I'm talking about. But anyways, this particular video is specifically for my Elite Dangerous crowd, and I want to talk about the Corsair because it just released today as of, I'm gonna immediately publish this. Any of these like talking head things that I do generally get published immediately because they're kind of either news related that are kind of time sensitive and stuff like that. This isn't necessarily, except for the fact that I forgot that the Corsair was releasing today and I didn't think about making a video beforehand. So, and I also didn't have this thing until yesterday, so I wouldn't have thought about it anyways. Anyways, point is, the question on our minds is, are we going to get this? And the answer to that question is no. For those of you who are watching our Deep Space Carrier series, there just really isn't a reason for me to grab this ship. The jump range on it isn't really competitive enough for me to justify grabbing this, and to be perfectly honest with you, even the stellar version of this ship only has like an 18 light year jump range or something like that according to the gear that it comes with. It is not pre-engineered. It doesn't come with, at least from what I saw, it doesn't come with engineered anything, so I would have to engineer it myself. We are out in deep space and I don't have access to material traders and easy ways to grab mats and things like that, and it's just, I'm not going to spend, $15, $20 on buying the arcs to get the stellar version when I just don't have what I need to do it. And I'm certainly not going to spend, $7 or $8 on the regular version of it to get a ship that's just kind of subpar for what we're doing. If we were back in the bubble and if we were still doing the Bounty Hunter series, I would seriously consider grabbing this ship because apparently this is going to be a really nice all-purpose run around and do combat and then do some cargo stuff and then do, it seems like it's basically the medium-sized Cobra that everybody was kind of hoping for when the Cobra came out. But for the purposes of exploration, for the purposes of what we're doing out in deep space with our carrier and just trying to, meander around the galaxy while we wait for this colonization thing to go away. At least when I say go away, I know it's not going away, but eventually everybody's going to get kind of bored with it. It will stop being the thing that the developers focus on and they'll find something else to do. And I'm hoping that the next thing they focus on will actually be something that I want to do. But anyways, all of that said, I just wanted to take a moment to address the fact that no, we will not be getting the Corsair. I have no reason to buy it. I have the Imperial Courier, which is the same cockpit, which we will be flying occasionally out in the bubble, and this ship just while it's kind of an interesting ship, it's not practical for what we're doing, and I just don't want to get it. And I certainly don't want to spend real world money on something that I'm just not particularly interested in myself. So that'll go ahead and do it for this episode. Hopefully I look forward to seeing a lot more videos from this little fake studio that I'm in, because I think it's kind of cool, and why not, do something a little bit different, do something a little bit more visually interesting, and hopefully when I talk about various different things, you guys will be a little bit more comfortable and get rid of the little crappy Star Wars background that I had that just wasn't all that great. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Also, PayPal and Patreon links in the description if you want to go that way, because some people like to do that. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for our next Deep Space Carrier series, American Trucker video, Call of the Wild video, whatever other games I decide to start playing. I may be hopping into Last Epoch in the relatively near future, given the fact that Path of Exile 2 decided to take a nosedive into dog shit. So, we'll see. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.